Hi, I'm Patrick Mannion, and I'm here at the Intel booth at CES 2019, and I'm joined by Nandini Venkatraman from octoScope. And Nandini is going to give us a quick rundown of what the octoBox is, and what the octoBox is really important, so listen up.
The octoBox is a wireless personal test bed.
Right.
So what we do is we give this complete turnkey solution to all of our customers to do automated testing, wireless testing, anything that ranges from 700 megahertz to 6 gigahertz,
Right.
we can test. At CES, if I pull up my phone and just look at the amount of Wi-Fi networks that are on there, there's like 5 pages of them, right?
SSIDs everywhere, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of congestion here. So achieving over a gigabit in such a congested environment is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
So the octoBox is basically isolating the entire test system. And what we see inside the octoBox is just the devices that are inside. So we have an AP and an Intel laptop.
Okay.
We have 2 multi-perf endpoints, which is octoScope's version of iPerf 3.
Right.
And we have aggregated traffic running through the AP to the laptop. So it's a gigabit over Wi-Fi. What the laptop sees inside the box is
Right.
just the AP. It doesn't
see.
see anything else, so the octoBox completely isolates the laptop from everything else. And what Intel is displaying is that their chipsets can do 160 megahertz bandwidth.
Right.
So it's connecting to the router under test at 160 megahertz to achieve that gigabit throughput.
Right.
What we're also showing at CES is our next generation throughput software. It's our Linux server that can do multi-point to multi-point traffic.
Okay.
And what we're showing is that we can achieve over a gigabit throughput, which exhibits the highest performance of any device.
Wow, okay.
So you put, your access point or your laptop inside the octoBox, and you can show and you can exhibit that it can achieve that performance. But we also do behavioral testing, where we can introduce interference and all of that.
And see how the device responds
Exactly.
to interference, right? Bandwidth interference, okay.
Yeah.
Test it out. Very interesting, okay.
In the old days, I did open air testing, walking the laptop around my home, and that gets really tedious. And as routers have gotten more complicated, as the standards have advanced from B to G to N to AC,
Right.
the tests have gotten more complicated, and to stress the systems has gotten more difficult too. Just doing it with a simple laptop doesn't stress the devices enough. The octoBox is an RF tight chamber, anechoic chamber,
Right.
that is best in class chamber. I mean, it really is very tight, so it's very high isolation, and you can outfit it with almost as many antennas as you possibly would want to put in this thing.
Which is really important now because we have all this.
Right. You can get more testing done in a shorter amount of time, because as you are rotating the device under test while you're running traffic and while you're running the test, it averages out the effects of antenna polarization and antenna, the way one particular manufacturer will set up their antennas versus another. I use it now for all of the testing. I don't do any open air testing anymore. And one of the things I'm working on now, especially with 11AX, Wi-Fi 6, is capacity. So the ability to really put the device under test, or the router under a good control load, so that we can separate the men from the boys.